Okay. All right. Let's put that oil. I love this oil. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Nicole back at it again with another video. So I left a couple things out earlier and I wanted to come on and talk with you guys because I've been keeping some things from you guys. And I feel like it's time that I expose these things to you. So let's put this oil on because my skin is really dry. I really like putting it underneath my eyes because that's where I have the most dryness, is right underneath my eyes. Nate? You ready to take a shower, bud? Hey, Bama. Hey, Byron. How you doing this evening? Oh, my back is killing me. Hey, Nate. You ready to take a bath, buddy? You ready to take a bath?
No.
Okay, you got about 15, 20 more minutes, then we're going to take a bath time, okay?
No, I'm not taking a bath again.
You like to be crusty and dusty? Okay.
Well, Mommy,
Yes, my son.
something to drink because I drink all my apple juice.
Yes, sir. Come on and get it. You can go inside, Gizmo.
I drank all of my apple juice.
Okay, come and get some more. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Yeah, I have a, you want a pork chop? With barbecue sauce? So I made pork chops tonight. Delicioso. Delicioso. And so I don't know, Amy. I really don't know, baby girl. So here's the deal. I want to share some things with you guys that I don't think a lot of you guys know, and I think it'll bring us closer as viewers and, you know, subscriber. So, it's like a 23 questions, 21 questions kind of thing, and I think that you guys will get to know me. And I can, you know, it'll be cool. So, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me right now, you can go ahead and type them down below and I'll answer them for you. I'm going to start out. Hey, guys. Hey. I'm going to start out with like such, I am 36 old. My mom is Mexican, and my grandmother is actually half Jewish, and so I grew up. Come here, Nate. Here's your chop and your rice. Nathaniel, you've got to eat dinner. So, you guys ask the questions and I'll answer them. How about that? It'll be fun. Don't be shy now, y'all. Don't be shy. There we go. Hey, Max. So, hey, wonderful mom of 2 girls. I'm actually on a medication called Suboxone. Thanks, Leah. So I guess if we could start out like this. So, like I said, my mom is Mexican, my dad's Italian, and I grew up in a really, really, well, my mom was kind of religious, but we didn't stay, like we were in this church called a Pentecostal church. So, but we didn't stay in it like all of our lives. We got out of it when we were like 10. When I was like 10. Excuse me. I've been in recovery since July 13th of 2015. And what else? You guys have any questions y'all want to ask me? Leah, I've been missing you, girl. How you been doing? Well, there's 10 of you guys in here. Ask me some questions. I got your apple juice and I got pork chop with some good rice.
I didn't even ask for a pork chop.
Nate, you've got to eat something, buddy. Did you eat a burrito? You ate all of it?
Not all of it.
Why not? Here's your apple juice. How much of it did you eat, Alexander?
Where's the seat from me?
I know that's right, Leah. Me too, girl. Here, you want a little snackety snack? Huh? And do you want some applesauce too? You want some applesauce? No? Okay.
Where's my seat?
How long did you do that with the DMV? How long ago did? Oh, okay. Thank you, Bama. That was actually about 14 years ago. I worked there in 2001 to 2005.
Mommy, I need a seat.
What do you need?
I need a seat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wait, you get it. Wait.
That's okay.
You can.
Yeah, that was 14 years ago, actually, and I got in a lot of trouble. After I left there, they actually ended up following up, and I actually did a little bit of time for that. It was quite a bad experience, and I should not have done what I did. I made that mistake, you guys, and I did it, and I owned up for it. Oh, Bama, it was horrible. I had to pay restitution. Yeah.
Mommy, can you open this for me? Can you open that for me?
Hey, Crazy Nurse Granny. That's my girl. You guys got to check out Crazy Nurse Granny's channel. I'm on Suboxone because I was addicted to Roxycodone, Crazy Nurse Granny. I was an IV user. You want me to cut up that chop for you? It's really good.
I don't want it. If I don't want the chop, can I eat the rice?
Yeah, baby, you can eat the rice. I usually come on streams, you guys, and I like talk and all that stuff, but I want you guys to ask me some questions, and I want to answer them for you because I feel like if you guys ask me, then that'll help you guys to get to know me. Craziness Granny. I saw that our friend who got arrested in Alabama or in Louisiana. What was that all about?
No, can you cool down my
Cool down your rice? And here's the thing, you guys. I did bad things when I was in my active addiction, and I'm not making up any excuses for it. And that's why I shared my story with you guys, not because I'm trying to glorify or think it's funny, because it's not. But I'm not ashamed of it. I did what I did, and I got in a lot of trouble. And that's over and done with, and I've moved on from it. It was literally 14 years ago. Yeah, it was a long-ass time ago. The lady who actually hired me then, she passed away. She died from cancer. Hey, thank you. Okay, go ahead. You want some barbecue?
No.
Okay.
The only thing is, can I have is a drink.
You got it right, baby. Right there. Hey, Mama Ricky. Ricky, Mama Ricky. Hey, Michelle.
Is her middle name Rick?
Go outside and Gizmo. Outside.
What's her
You guys,
middle name?
my channel, when I made my channel, I made it because I wanted to share my experience with you guys and how. Did you? I told you would like it. It's like butter going on the skin. Literally. Nay, I'm right here. Eat your food. I'm literally standing right here, son. I'm right here. What do you need?
I'm trying to cool down the lights.
I'm right here, son. You got a mouth? Blow on it, boy. This child. Come here. It's cooled down. Come on. Come on, Nate. Come and eat.
Coming on.
You guys got any more questions? Bama. The cuteness wears off when he's always whining. Good, Mama. You know, I know that, like, not everybody's going to agree with things that I, like, talk about over here on my channel. I know some people won't agree with medically assisted treatment. Okay, how did I get to rehab? Crazy Nurse Granny, I have actually been to treatment 5 times. But the last time I went into treatment and the time that, like, really helped me and, like, made me realize that I had to stop and change my life was 3.5 years ago. Go ahead and eat your food. When my son was removed from my care because of my addiction, because I was making bad choices and I was not being a good mom. And my best friend called and turned me into to DHS. And please, y'all, don't think I'm ignoring him. We literally, his daddy's here. We've been doing this stuff all day. It's just that when I get on camera, he wants to talk to me because he wants my attention. He doesn't want me on camera. He literally tells me he does not want me making videos. But I went into treatment. Sorry about that angle. And you guys, it was hard. I was scared. I knew that I was screwing up. I knew it would help. But it was like I don't know. I had went so many times. I felt like surely there's nothing they can teach me, you know. But I was wrong. I needed to be there, and it helped me a lot. Because it helped me. Hey, stop or I'll drop this. There you go. How are you doing with your Alexa Pro? So, I decided that that was not a good idea. And that I shouldn't have jumped off. So, what I did was I called my doctor. And he, oh my God. I called my doctor and he called me in 5 milligrams, and that's what I'm taking now instead of being cold turkey. I know the struggle. Oh, Megan, it is so hard. And the thing about it is, it'd be different if, like, I'm paying him no attention. You know what I mean? Like, we do stuff. He's an only child. That's basically what it is. And when I'm not like paying him all the attention. He does not like that. He is very, very territorial over me. I mean, he will tell you, like, Mom, I want your attention. So, but I wanted to, thank you, Bama. Thank you, Crazy Nurse Granny. Thank you, Leah, for asking these questions. So, y'all, I should have never tried to taper off my Lexapro like that. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to taper, but, like, jumped off way too soon. So I need to taper down lower. And, you know, now that I'm on just this 5 milligrams, it's, like, not that bad. It's a lot better. Oh, yes, ma'am. It made me so ill. It made me feel like my head was not attached to my body. Like, I don't know how to explain it except for that. And I'm not sweating. I have oil on my face because I put on my skincare. I'm just like, I know you guys can probably tell, like, I'm really agitated this evening. I just feel like every time I turn around, people are like this. Oh, I'm just agitated. You know, that's why if you guys have any questions, I want y'all to ask them here and let's get them out of the way. I tell you, like, I'll tell you the straight up truth about anything you have a question about. I'm very, 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 very honest about everything. I'm here on my channel, and I would never, like, I'm not trying to, like, keep anything from you. If you have questions, I would love to answer them. I want you guys to listen up. Megan has a channel. Y'all need to go over there and subscribe to her channel. I was watching some of her videos. Megan, I used to be subscribed to you, but it wasn't the channel. It wasn't the channel that you have now. It was a different channel. And, but I have to tell you, like, girl, you got a thing. You are putting out good content over there. Very, very educational, very smart, very well spoken. I mean, that is what's up, girl. You're doing good. And, you know, the way you do your channel, that's like, I'm not professional like that. Like, I'm very emotional. You know, when I talk, I am just like, you know, very, very emotional. And I'm passionate about the things that I say and the things that I believe. So when I'm talking, I think people can tell when I'm, you know, it comes across and when I'm talking. Sometimes it sounds like I'm, you know, being aggressive, but it's not that I'm aggressive. It's just that I really am passionate about what I'm trying to do. But I was watching your videos and taking, like, notes because I was like, you know what? I would love to be able to sit down and present the things that I'm thinking about. You know, in a constructed, like, you know, I'm sorry, I'm like totally lost about what y'all are talking about. Okay, and I guess it doesn't matter. Thank you. I got Really, Megan? Oh yeah. I'm not a medical professional either, and I will not. And that's the thing. But you guys, here's the thing, like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that a person isn't, you know, like, you just have to use discernment when you're watching, you know? Oh, I am so sorry. You should have appealed it, because that's what happens a lot of time. If somebody did that, girl, they went out of their way to do that, because you have to go into on YouTube and, like, go and fill out this long form. It's hard. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I try to do over here, is I'm just trying to share with you guys my experience and what I've gone through and different coping skills that I'm learning on how to deal with my life, you know, without drugs and alcohol. Yes, I am on a maintenance medication, but from the life I was living when I was in my active addiction, I mean, this is like this is chill. Like when I was in my active addiction, it was like a constant just like battle and drama. It was just a battle and drama, you know, and all kinds of negativity in my life. And I was just like really bad, you know, in the depths of my addiction. I was very, 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 very strung out. And now that, you know, I've had this medication to help me and I've been going to meetings and I got a sponsor, that's been helping me a lot to be able to learn new ways to cope with the things that usually upset me, the things that I usually wouldn't know how to deal with. I am learning from my sponsor and from my meetings and from my doctor and my therapist. I'm learning different ways to cope with things. I've been learning a lot about mindfulness. Oh, yeah, that's when I followed you on that channel. And you know what? That's what I was trying to. Oh, it's question and answer, classy. Ask me anything you want to know. I was posting a lot about, or not posting a lot, but I used to talk a lot about medically assisted treatment and my experience at the very beginning of my channel, because when I started it, it was because I didn't have a lot of support from people that were also on medically assisted treatment. And I was trying to find like a group of people that I could relate with, because I was like always bumping into people that were like telling me that my recovery wasn't valid and that I couldn't say I was sober and that I might as well just go to treatment because I'm on, you know, just saying hateful things. And I thought, this surely can't be the end all be all of recovery. So you're telling me that millions and millions and millions of people, the only program that they can do is a 12-step program, is an abstinence-based program? And I was confused because, I mean, I'm a 12-step person. I love AA. And that's what I believe helps me stay sober today. But, you know, Gypsy Soul, actually, no, not even a bit. Not a change at all. The only like kind of mind symptom, like my mind will tell me, and I'm telling you, it's in my mind, will say like in the evening times, it'll be like, you need 2 more milligrams. You need that 2 more milligrams. And I just have to remind myself, like, no, you don't. Like, it's not going to change the way you feel, you know? And I've had to work on that a lot with being on medically assisted treatment, because with Suboxone, if you take extra, it's not going to do anything. And so it's just wasting it. Right. And Bama, a lot of people were saying that to me. And it was, first of all, it was hurtful. And second of all, I thought that, because I'm really into AA. Like I'm a very strong believer in the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. And the way that I was taught through the 12 steps was that we are loving and tolerant and supportive to our fellow addicts and alcoholics, especially newcomers who are trying to get sober, like I was. And so when I told my sponsor that I was on Suboxone, I was so afraid. I was scared. I cried. I was nervous. I thought she was going to fire me because that's what I had experienced before. And she was like, okay, I'm not a doctor. Yeah, and it's not. I advocate for medically assisted treatment also, and I believe that it's a lot. Back in 1930, when Bill Wilson wrote the Alcoholics Anonymous book, there was no such thing as methadone. There was no such thing as Suboxone. There was no such thing as different kinds of psych meds. There was not a lot available. It was literally 1934 when that book was published. Okay. I think 1934. And methadone didn't come around until 1950. It has been, y'all, that was years and years and years ago. And I'm going to have to find it. I will find it for you guys. But Bill Wilson made a statement about how he wished that there was a medication that alcohol could take that would help them with their cravings while they built up their recovery and then were able to jump off the medication and be sober. And I'll find it for you guys, and I will post it here in the comments so you guys can read it. How do you get the courage to tell your story and tell all your stories? I want to, but I don't want people from my town to find my YouTube channel. Okay, classy. So, I started sharing my story on Facebook because someone asked me to. Someone asked me to come into a recovery group and share my experience, strength, and hope. Now, before I did that, my sponsor, at 1 year, my sponsor took me to the treatment center that I graduated from and had me tell my story there. And I remember sitting in the rehab where I graduated, and I was telling my story, and I remember I was sobbing. I was crying my eyes out. And I remember looking up and seeing everyone in the room crying too. And that's when I knew, I was like, I gotta keep on telling my story, because other people know what I'm talking about. Other people know what it's like to have to use when you don't want to use. You want to be sober. You want to change your life, but you don't know how. You don't know what to do. Hey, Tripolar Troy. Right, Rachel? I remember looking up, you guys, and there was this man. He was about 55 years old. And he came up to me after I got done, and he gave me the biggest hug. And he told me, he said, when you started talking about your son, I just lost it. And the thing about it is, you guys, is like, my sponsor told me, she was like, when you get 1 year sober, you're going to carry the message back to where you came from. And you're going to show those people who are in there that you haven't picked up drugs and alcohol for a year. And if you can do it, they can do it, because you were just there a year ago. You guys, I never in a million years thought that I would be able to go back and share with them where I had come from. I never thought. But then when I was able to go back and share that with them, it was like, I felt like, wow, I've never been able to do that. And I had been trying to get sober for 10 years before that, you know, and I just kept on struggling. You know what I mean? I kept on falling back. And, I guess the thing that really catapulted me into making the change and really getting serious about my recovery and was my son. You know, I'm so grateful. I feel like God sent me an angel. He sent me an angel to deliver me, to help me, to change my life, you know. And I always was one of those people that said, you know, like, I'll never have kids. I don't want kids, and la, 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 la. And I really didn't think that that would ever be my story, you know, but I'm so grateful that I was able to my son. And I'm grateful that I'm able to be a mom today, you know. It just really has been hard work, you guys, for me to learn how to be a good parent and a good person. Like, it was all new to me, because I had been following, you know, falling back for so many years that it was hard, because I didn't know how to get back on track. I didn't know how to stop using, and I didn't know how to stay sober. Thanks, Jason. And you know what? You know, I know that when I put I know when I make videos and I put my videos here on the internet, I know that, you know, people might not like me. I know a lot of people don't like me, you guys, because I have a strong opinion. And when the comments show us deleted or corrected. Okay, because my mods are taking them down. my moderators are taking them down. A lot of times, Megan, once your channel, you'll see, if you go live, if you have trolls on your channel, people will come in and they'll try to say stuff. And then what I've done is I modded a bunch of people. So that way, like when I'm talking, I don't have to worry about going in and taking them down. All I ask of people when we're live streaming is just to be respectful and to, you know, to think, like, would you want someone saying that to you? And then I also have people that will comment and then delete their comments, which I don't know.
We're gonna go get some Frosties.
Okay. I want a Frosty.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate. And that's the thing. You know what? It really is. And all I want, you guys, I don't bother anybody. Okay, I don't bother anybody. And I just want people to be kind and to treat me with respect. That's all I'm asking. You know, and I don't go on anybody's channel. I don't troll anybody. I don't bother anybody. And that's all I ask, is for the same to be returned to me. You know, and some people just can't do that, though. That's what I'm learning. Some people, I know, I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to learn and see. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Listen, you guys, I give so many chances to people that have burned me that I can't even believe it. Like, what am I thinking? Like, nobody else would give people 6, 7, 8 chances to come back to a live stream, but I do over and over and over again. And then the same people hurt me and do me wrong. So it's kind of like that saying that your mom says, you do me bad once, shame on me. You do me bad twice, shame on you. Third time, it ain't happening. Oh. And you know what, you guys, we're going to have Megan on the channel. We're going to do like a recovery live stream panel. And I'm going to have her on here, and we're going to talk all about medically assisted treatment and how you can build your life in recovery while you're on medically assisted treatment. And it's going to be awesome. Megan, I've got all kinds of ideas. I cannot wait to have you on my channel. Like, we are a like-minded girl. I found your channel like 2 years ago. And I was watching you talk about, tapering and stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, you know, she's doing great. You educated yourself. You got the facts. And listen, the fact that you're like not a 12-stepper, that's even better, because that way we can kind of like debate with each other back and forth. Maybe I can convert you, girl. Convert you to the 12 steps. Because here's the deal. Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues. They support me and love me and open and accept me with open arms. My sponsor has never told me, you need to get off that medication. She would never say that. You know why? Because she's not a doctor. And that's what the program teaches us. Like, we're not medical professionals. We don't diagnose you. We don't tell you, like, that is for you. And we don't diagnose other people as alcoholics or addicts. Only diagnose yourself, you guys. Oh, okay. In your hometown, they must be bad then. I understand. Like, I've heard of people having really horrible experiences, and it's not like that here. It is so awesome here. We have these, okay, listen to this. They have this huge convention called Old Granddad in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it's like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of recovering alcoholics come down, and they share their stories, and we have games and food, and it's like a whole weekend of a party. A sober party, though. Yeah, you guys go check out Megan's channel and subscribe to her channel, so that way she can get some people over there and all that good stuff. But, you know, lately here with the people who have been harassing me and stuff, it's been really making me look back at my content and look at the things that I'm putting out on the internet. And I'm really going to start being more mindful of the things that I put out, because even though I'm not doing anything wrong, even though that everything that I've ever done, I've gotten, done my time, paid the crime, or done the crime and paid the time. But I'm thinking about it like this, like my son I want him to be proud of me. And what if when he gets older, he sees my videos and he gets embarrassed? You know what I mean? So I can tell my story and I can let you guys know how bad it was, but I don't have to tell all those details. And that's a learning experience for me. I have learned that I should give them another chance because it's been years. They honestly made us ever be. You know what, Megan? There is this medically assisted recovery anonymous. It's called MARA. And it's basically AA, only for medically assisted recovery. And that's how that's how a lot of towns are. Like, I know this one town in Kentucky where a lot of my friends live that are in recovery, and they said the same thing. Here's how people the AA that I go to, here's how they look at it. By me coming to their meetings and I hear what they're saying, if they kicked me out or didn't let me come, I might not be able to hear the message. And so by allowing me to come and I get to share, y'all, I was even the treasurer or the secretary of one of my home group 2 years ago or last year. And, I took all the notes at all of our, at our meetings. And I think what I think happens, you guys? I think that a lot of people, when they first hear about medically assisted treatment, they think, oh, well, that person's not serious. And I think, oh, well, they're just trying to take the easy way out. And little did they know, because that's what I thought. I was guilty of thinking those things before I got on medically assisted treatment. I was so mad, and I thought, you know what? That's just a cop-out, and it's not. But I thought that because I didn't know, because I hadn't been in that position. So I got knocked down, and I got put in that position to where I needed extra help. And when I got the extra help, I got put on medication-assisted therapy. That's right, Rachel. It's not. And it's a learning process. And I thought, because I had never been there, I thought, you know what? I had never been really ready to get sober. And this time I was really ready, but I was really afraid too. And I had already been in treatment for 30 days, right? So I had already went through my withdrawal, you guys. I had already went through detox and everything. But I was so afraid if I relapsed, I would lose my son. And so that's when it was presented to me, like, you can get on this medication and this will help you to not relapse. And so that's what I did. I was in an active addiction from the time I was 18 till the time I was 32. So I've almost been sober for 4 years. 4 years in July. So I was in active addiction for the better part of my life, you guys, from, like I said, 18-ish to about 32. Hey, April. I saw your comments about this being my year, and I just wanted to thank you. Thank you so much. That made my day. I really needed to hear that. I've always been a very, very passionate person when I share about things that I believe in. And if you don't know me and you don't know what my heart or where my heart is at, you will take that offensively and you will think, oh, well, she's just trying to scream and tell me what to do. But if you take a second and you listen to what my message is, and you block out the fact that I'm very passionate, I talk with my hands, I'm half Italian. My dad's Italian. My dad's from New York. You guys, like my whole family, we're loud and boisterous and out. You guys, we're loud. And I don't know how to be any way but what I am, but me. And so when people pick me apart for just being who I am, I don't understand, you know? I don't go over and pick them apart. Hey, Nikki. You guys, Nikki's pregnant. And I'm so happy for you, girl. I know you're excited about that. Better you than me. I'm not gonna lie, Nikki. I'm like, this girl is crazy as Bessie Bug. I don't want no more babies. I know, right, April? I'm happy for you, though. I just couldn't do it. Okay, while I'm over here doing this lip gloss, you guys, is so bomb. It's called Clarins. So good. Loud, loud, loud. Eat, eat, eat. Manja, manja, manja. And, you guys, like, I was raised up, and I love all people. Like, I've dated white men, I've dated black men, I've dated brown men, I've dated yellow men, I've dated red men, I've dated girls. You know, I love people. I'm a people. It's not the person's outsides that I really look at. I really get connected with people's personalities and their hearts. When me and my husband met, I got to share this story with you guys. This will help you guys to get to know me. When me and my husband met, we were, Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world, red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. Okay, where's the question at? If you have tips, let me know. I don't see that question. I'm sorry, guys. So, where is it at? Oh. How long ago was your addiction? Okay. So, that's why I said yellow, because me and my little boy were singing that song the other day. They asked if you go for long periods of time without talking about your addiction. No. Oh, do I forget about it? You know, well, no, I don't. I don't forget about my addiction because in my experience, when I forget or think that I don't have it or think that I'm cured, that's when I resort to old behavior. That's when I fall back in my old ways because I forget where I came from. Oh, listen, Rachel, and I'm just getting y'all also. Hey, Rachel, you have a channel, don't you? You guys hit up Rachel's channel too. Right, Bama. And here, this is my experience, and if you guys have experienced something different, let me know. Every time that I thought I let my guard down is what I call it. And I'm like, and when I let my guard down by like trying to forget that I don't have an addiction, I'll fall back into those old behaviors, like allowing people around me that are drinking and using, or, oh, hold on, let me make sure my phone's charging. because it says, okay, there we go. Good job. Y'all go sub to Rachel. Yeah, and that's what we're going to do, you guys. Like, if you have a channel, go ahead and link it. Like, let us know you have a channel, and I'll share it with my subscribers. I'm not greedy. I want you guys to, I want everyone to build their channel. And that's the whole point of having a community of people who are recovering together here. We're sharing our experience and with each other and helping each other. You know what I mean? And if you don't have a channel and you want to make one, I do it, because it's the best thing I ever did. Even though I have just a few negative experiences, like, all the positivity totally outweighs the negativity, you guys. And I have the best subscribers. My subscribers are so amazing. They're so thoughtful. They're so caring. And they are so passionate about their recovery. And if they're not passionate about their recovery, they come here and they learn and they become passionate and they become serious about their recovery. And getting to see you guys go from active addiction to getting sober to getting into a program and getting involved and helping others, it is the biggest blessing that I've ever got to experience in my whole entire life. Seeing you go from hopeless to hopeful, from dope fiend to hope fiend, it is a miracle. And it's like I literally get to see miracles happening right before my eyes. I literally get to see people who at the beginning weren't willing at all, who at the beginning wouldn't even take one simple suggestion. And I get to see people change their whole life. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Nikki. Nikki has a channel, too. I thought everybody knew that already. Nikki has a channel, too. She does fitness and some ASMR, and she reads troll comments a lot, which, girl. You know what? I probably could get a lot of views on a troll comment video. Fiend. But it's like, when you get to see that change in someone, you guys, it's so amazing to see that miracle take place. And to know that you had a part in helping that person, you know, it's like a gift to watch that happen. And I was talking to somebody I'm working with, that I'm working with on the steps, and I was talking about how when I'm going through adversity or some kind of negativity in my life, I pray. I double down hard on praying, right? I double down hard on praying, and I'll start praying for that person. If there's someone that's really, really hurting me or bothering me, I will pray so hard for that person. I will pray for them to have amazing life, to succeed, to have all the many, many gifts, right, that I would want for myself. And after that, after about 2 weeks of praying for that person like that, you guys, I promise you I'm not even lying. It's like it will just lift, and then the next thing you know, there's a light, there's a gift at the end of the tunnel. Oh. Good job, Rachel Ann. You helped me so much, and now I'm able to help others too. You've given me that gift. It's like every comment I get lets me know I'm doing right. Yes! Absolutely. Praying is good for our minds. I've got to start making more content again. And you know what, Bama? I think that if you started making videos, it would get you like excited, and it would get you pumped up about your recovery. And I know, listen, Bama is my right hand person. She is literally my right hand. And she has been with me since the very beginning. She has followed me from here to there and everywhere. And she supports me so much, and I'm so grateful to have her here on my channel to help me with my channel. She is an important part of my recovery, and when I'm going through it, I reach out to that Bama chick, and we talk on the phone, and I call my Jason, and we talk on the phone, and I call Classy, and we talk on the phone. Oh, hey, Sascore. Yeah, you can't go on there, baby girl. They're privated. I'm sorry. But if you have any questions, you can ask them to me right here. Rock-a-my, baby, rock-a-my. Yeah, I had to private some of my videos. I'm sorry about that. Only because I'm preparing for, you know how they say that saying, minor setback for a major comeback. Because I'm planning, you guys, I'm planning some special content. Because usually I don't plan my content. I'm very just like off the cuff. And I don't think, I just come on and I tell you guys what's on my heart. That's what I normally do. But I want to start planning and really like building my content focused on, you know, focused more on the community. And have you guys on my channel. I want to share all our experience, strength, and hope. Because here's the thing, you guys, we're no longer anonymous. There's no shame. We have come back from a hopeless state of mind and body. We have overcome adversity, and we are changing our lives today. We don't got to live like that anymore. You know? How am I looking? Am I okay? We don't have to live our lives in shame. We don't have to live our lives, you know, and hide out because we did and made mistakes. You know, if everybody was just shunned and sent off because they made mistakes, then nobody in the world would even be, you know, around. Like, we have come back from, you know, death's door, basically. We are all miracles. And what? Yes, I have done some bad things in my life. But you guys, I have repented of all those sins. I have turned myself over to my higher power, and I have asked him to guide me and show me how to live. And I've changed my life. You know, when I was in active addiction, I didn't care. I didn't care what anybody thought about me, and I didn't care if I was doing harm or hurting others. And now, like, that really, I really care, and I only want to put out good, because I know when I'm putting out positive, good, healthy, helpful content, that's what's going to come back for me. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, if I don't understand why people ridicule us or anybody really when they made mistakes, because no one's perfect, you know. Nobody's perfect, you guys. And if you are, then, well, hello, perfect, you know. I'm not perfect, though, and I've made mistakes. And like I said, I have made amends for those mistakes and done the right thing. I'm still making amends. And you know what, Jason? When you make amends, it, like, usually, I'm going to share with you how that all works. So, when we get to the fourth step, okay, and we do our fourth step, this is what happens. We will make out a bunch of columns, and we will fill our amends, how it affected us, what part we played in it, and which instinct is affected by those resentments, okay? And then after we do those columns, right, I'm not going to have a case history. That's what I did the first time, and it was literally me writing my whole story. It was so hard. The columns is much easier. So you write all that down, and then you sit down with your sponsor and read that. And your sponsor will go through, and she will circle the people that she thinks that, you know, that you need to make amends to. And then you'll go through and write down the people you think you need to make amends to. And where you played your part and what part you are responsible for. And you guys will sit down and compare. And then that's when you'll come out with these 3 lists. You'll come out with for sure making amends, maybe making amends, and never making amends. And you'll put names in each one of those lists. Whether you know you're for sure going to do it, maybe going to do it, or never going to do it. and you start out with your for sure, and you start making those amends. Usually you should do it. We want you to be able to do it face to face with the person, right? We don't want you to call them on the phone. We don't want you to text them, because it needs to be genuine. Okay, now if it's a person or a business that you need to make a financial amends to, then what you'll do is your sponsor will sit with you and you'll write out a letter to that to that place, and you'll send it. Or if it's a place in your town, you'll go up there, talk to the manager, and 9 times out of 10 they'll forgive you and you won't have to do anything. But I have known some people who have had to make, financial amends, and what they did was they just made payments over time. But what it is, it's the act of being willing to do that, to make it right. So you get all those the now amends done. And I'll tell you, like, I had one person on my amends list that was an ex-boyfriend of mine that I hadn't talked to in years, hadn't seen him in years, and I knew I wouldn't see him in person. Hey, Jessica. No, girl, I'm all over the place. Hey, baby. So after you make that amends. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, I had an amends with an ex-boyfriend, and I didn't know how to, I knew how to get a hold of him because I had his number, right? So my sponsor was like, okay, you need to call him. And if he doesn't answer, you need to leave a message, but don't say, hey, I'm calling because I'm going to make amends. You just call him and say, hey, can you call me back? So I called him, left a message, waited a week. He never called me back, right? I know, right, Bama? Then like a week after that and left a message, didn't call me back. And so finally, on the third time I called him, he answered. And that's when I asked him, I said, hey, I really need to talk to you about some things, and I want to make these things right. And I owe you an amends. And I said, for XYZ, whatever the wrong I did to him and how my part that I played in it. And it was being, cheating. So I let him know. And you know what he told me? He said, Nicole, we were kids. I forgave you a long time ago. And that was the bomb. I was like, thanks, man. So I was really nervous about it and thought it was going to go over so bad. It was actually not even that big of a deal, And then I also had to make an amends to the girl who called CPS on me. And the way it happened was I had her on my never list, you guys. I am heading off. Okay, girl, I'll see you later. I'll watch it when you get it up. So I had to make an amends to her, and basically for myself, because I needed to forgive her. I'm going to, when I get off here, I will do that. And, so I knew I wasn't going to go to her house or call her because I didn't have her number. I had her blocked on all social medias. That's how much I was mad at her. I planned on never talking to her again. Well, I was at work one day. I had no thought in my mind about it, right? And, thanks. And I was at my job, and she walked in, right? And I saw her. I said, oh, my God, that's her, So I walked over to her, and the only thing I said to her was, I forgive you. And she started crying. I started crying, and we gave each other hugs. And I called my sponsor right after that, and I said, I just saw Tara, and I told her I forgave her. And she was like, you did it. You did it. That's exactly what you needed to do. Because I didn't need to go into any explanation. I didn't need to do anything. All I owed her was my forgiveness, because what she did, of course, I wish she hadn't done it, but it happened, and now I'm sober because of it, and it changed my whole life, right? But I was so resentful towards her, and I needed to forgive her, not only for myself, basically for me, but while I forgave her, it also gave her peace of mind too, and then after that, she wanted to hang out with me and stuff, and I just couldn't do it. It's too much of a trigger, But, I'm excited, you guys, because after you guys get done here, go over and watch Megan's videos. Jessica, if you haven't already checked out Megan's videos, I think you'll really like them, girl. Just really smart girl, really smart. I cannot wait to have her on here and for us to chop it up and talk about life and recovery as being moms, because she's a mom too. I'm eating a Frosty, you guys. Right? That's okay, Bama. But do you guys have any more questions? Anything you need to know, and then what we'll do is we'll get off here. People I know are using trigger. Leah, absolutely, girl. Because listen, here's the deal. I have met so many people who were in early recovery, and they wanted to go around their old friends that were still using, because they thought, if I go around them, I'll be able to help them, right? Every newcomer, newly sober person I have ever seen that has gone around someone who's still in active addiction relapsed. I mean, 9 times out of 10. Because what happens is, it's like we're jumping in to save someone who's drowning when we don't know how to swim. So that person grabs onto us, and they pull us under, and we drown. And then they end up being above water, you know. And I know also from my own personal experience, from going back and trying to, not even, y'all, I had no intention of going back and helping them. I was going back because I felt like I was missing out, you know. So I would go back and I'd be like, hey, oh, I'm not going to use, I'm staying sober. And I would be around them, and it would be like, it would be torture to sit there and watch them using in front of me, and I'm having to stay sober, you know, because I, in my mind, wanted to be using. So that's how I also knew that I was ready to get sober this time, because I've cut all those people out of my life, and I've never done that. I always kept those people in my life backup. And now, they're totally gone. We don't hang out with any people like that. And I don't even know what we would do if we, like, me and Neil were very much so like, just hang out with each other kind of people. But the friends that we did have, we were so, like, we were all really in deep that whenever we kind of all went our separate ways, it was just like, we were all either going to go our separate ways and sober, or we were going to go our separate ways and go to jail, or we were going to go our separate ways and die. So, you know, most of the people we were running around with went to prison. In fact, I went to go eat the other day at this Mexican restaurant. Well, that was probably about 3 weeks ago. It was around Christmas time. Oh, okay. That's right, Mama. Do your thing. It was around Christmas time, and we went to this I went to this restaurant to pick up some burritos and stuff. I think it was, what is it called, Neil? Anyway. Not Senor Tequila. It's the one right down the street.
Oh.
Shit. I can't remember. Anyways. Chewbacca's. Not Chewbacca's.
Coyote. Or Santa Coyote.
Anyway, I went down there, and this girl was behind the register, and she was like, Nicole! And I was like, it was like, Nicole, it's me, Michelle. And I was like, Michelle? She's like, Michelle Z. And I was like, well, I'll be darned. My biggest trigger. The biggest trigger that I deal with is boredom.
Daddy, I need help with something.
Boredom, stress, like, I mean stress as in like family related stress. Like my kid driving me crazy, my parents driving me crazy, my mother-in-law driving me crazy, that kind of stress and boredom. 9 times out of 10 when I was in my active addiction, I would be bored and didn't have anything to do, or was just like, so I would go out and party. And stress. Carrie, them twins. Well, you know, they're still alive. Let me think. I just talked to Jennifer. Was it Jennifer? When I go back to Hot Springs a lot to see my sisters and stuff, and them twins still live there. And so, in fact, last time I was there, or maybe it was probably about 4 months ago on Facebook, I talked to one of them. But those twins, man, I'm telling you what, they're still doing the same thing. Nothing's changed. And that's kind of how it is, and it's unfortunate. That's the kind of group of people I ran around with. I ran around with people who were kind of just like, they weren't the same as I was. They didn't have any hope. They didn't have any family to really even give them any encouragement to get out.
Yes, Mom, no.
Yeah, he's right back there. But, and not that they were hopeless, but what I mean by that is, like, they had no drive to want to change. They didn't want to be different. They've always lived their life. That's all they knew. Like, their parents were criminals, so they were criminals, and now their kids are criminals. That's why when I would go around and be around my friends that I was using with, my dad and my mom would always tell me that I needed to stop hanging out with people that I was not equally yoked with, that were not on the same level as, because my parents were, here's what I mean. I come from a family, my parents are still married. I don't come from a broken home. My morals and values, contrary to popular belief, I'm a pretty good person. I mean, I just was an active addict for, some years. But I've got, like, standards and stuff. I just was really bad sick in my active addiction. But, so the people that I hung out with were a lot of people who struggled in life and who were from broken homes and who didn't know how to get out of the situation that they were in. And it's unfortunate. And I look back, and that's why I try to really help people to find resources, because a lot of the people that I was around didn't have any options. They didn't have a way to get out. Their parents were criminals and minimum wage working jobs or jobless. And so they were criminals and jobless or minimum wage working jobs and got pregnant at, really young ages and, shacked up in trailer and never went to college. And so that kept on being repeated, and they never broke the cycle. So whenever I was growing up, my dad and my mom raised me and my sisters that we had to get out and work for everything we got. So we started working at 14. I had a first job. We've all started working early. And my parents taught us really early that we had to work for everything that we had, and that we had to maintain good credit and pay our bills, or else we would not be able to do anything in the world. Straight up. And so even though I was in active addiction for many, many years, I still had that, like, I have to work for what I have. I got to pay for my stuff. And that's why I was able to fund my drug addiction for so long, because I was actively working. I did have a job, and it was crazy, for many, many years. The last 3 years is really when it got really bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Bama. But you know what I'm saying? It was like a vicious cycle. No, I didn't stop, Jessica. Yeah, I was in active addiction. I tried to stop, but I wasn't successful. That's what I want to help you guys with. I want to help you guys to overcome the adversity in your life. If you come from a family that's a broken home from parents who are criminals and so on and so forth. I want to help you to break that cycle. I want to help you to break those chains and make change in your life and succeed and prove your whole family wrong, and to show them that just because they were that way doesn't mean you have to follow in their footsteps. And that's what I want to help you guys do. Because I know that a lot of people become addicted and do the things they do because of circumstances. Because, like I said, it was in their family. The whole family did it. This is the way we did. This is how we lived. And a lot of people where I live in the South, a lot of Southern people that live here, they all live together. They all,
Are you getting your ice cream night?
Didn't go to college, all lived in the same house. And that's kind of like the only behavior that they knew was the behavior that their parents taught them. So, you know, my parents, thank God, my parents, they were right, you guys. I just chose the wrong path. Parents are both real stand-up people, both served in the military. You know, Neil's dad served in the military, was actually in Vietnam. His dad was a Marine. Gizmo, come say hi. Say hi. I love you. I love you, okay? Today I love you. What are you doing? You can have this. Look at her, Neil. Look at her, Neil.
Oh, you're trying to get it out?
Neil.
She wants a lick. Give me a lick.
Come here, baby. Yeah, it hurt.
It looks like tin.
It hurt really bad. But they put me on medicine and gave me an epidural. I was 8.5 centimeters dilated when I got to the hospital, y'all. Hey.
That's a little boss baby.
I love you. Whenever this dog was little, she got hit by a truck. Listen, I went into labor at 5 a.m. July 3rd morning.
Hey, what's another one? Siri.
Okay, Classy. And I gave birth to Nathaniel at 1:30 a.m. on July 4th.
Yeah.
So how many hours was I in labor? From 5 a.m. on July 3rd.
So it'd be like 20-something hours.
20-something hours. And listen, it was so bad, you guys. We were at the house, and I was in and out of the hot tub. Gizmo.
Yeah.
Oh no. It broke. It broke. My water broke at the house like probably around 7 or 8 in the morning. We drove to the hospital at 8 o'clock in the morning. And
that one.
I was only like 1 centimeter dilated. So I talked the hospital into letting me leave. And I came back home. And that's when I just started experiencing really bad back labor. The only way I know how to explain it is it felt like someone had my backbone crushing it in a vice. All the way on my lower back right above my butt crack. The pressure right above my butt crack in my back, the pressure. I can't explain to you the pressure that it felt. All it is when you're going into labor and you're having your baby, you feel the pressure of that baby making its way down the birth canal. And you feel the pressure of the baby. I mean, you guys, Neil feel the head. We could feel the head. It's scary too, Classy, because Oh, it feels worse. Well, yeah, kind of that pressure, only a lot stronger. And it feels like you're about to shoot your baby in your butt. But that's the thing. When you try to push, it don't come out. You can push with all your might, and it won't come out. You have to push, and then take a second, and then push again, and then take a second, and then push again. And what happens is the baby goes out, and then it goes back. And then it goes out a little farther, and then it goes back. And then it goes out a little bit farther. I mean, and I was going, I'm pushing. And my mom was counting so slow, it felt like she was counting backwards. Yes, I did. I was screaming at my mom to count faster. Is that good, Nate? Are you done, Daddy?
Yep.
Okay.
My face is numb. Yeah.
I know. I wish I did too, Classy. That would have been so awesome. Well, I don't think you guys wanted to see me because I was crying and emotional, and it was really hard because I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen, but it all went fine. I had Nate. He came out. I ripped. That hurt. No, I don't want any more children, Jessica. Because I'm doing really, like, this. Honestly, I'm just being straight up with you guys. Like, it's a lot of responsibility being a mom, and it's a lot of hard work. I love being a mom, but for me, I don't know about other moms, but for me, it's hard work. Because I push myself to a really high standard. Like, I want to be the best mom, you know, and I want to do the best things for my son, and I want to, you know. That's okay, Mama. You do what you got to do. I do not blame you. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys tonight. And I hope that in the stream, you guys, it really is the biggest responsibility. And, you know, when I had my son, I wish that I was sober. But I'll tell you this. Everything in this world, everything in my life, everything in your life is going to happen for a reason. There is a plan already written out for you. And so, you know what? Anything that happens to you, don't regret it. I don't regret the past, and I don't wish to other people, and that's what we got to do. So that way, that way we don't have shame, because shame is what keeps you sick. And there is no shame in struggling and needing help. And if you guys can understand that and grab hold of the help that is offered to you, then you are already, I mean, that's half the goal, is like letting go and realizing that, you know what, you need help and you can't do it alone. So, you know what, I'm feeling so much better now that we've had this talk, you guys, because I was feeling all kinds of shame, and I was feeling like maybe I shouldn't do these videos. Maybe I should just, you know, go back and just hide out and never come back again. All kinds of doubts, you know. And then I come on here, and talking with you guys has just reassured me that this is what I need to be doing, and that connecting with you guys is what I need to be doing. So I really appreciate all of you guys who asked me questions tonight. I hope that, you know, the questions that I answered, I hope you guys, you know, have gotten to know me a little bit better. I hope it's helped you understand my story and my situation a little bit better. Thanks, Bama. Like I said, like, I'm not proud of the things that I did while I was in my active addiction. But I'm not ashamed, and I'm a different person now. And so for people to almost expect me to be ashamed or pay double for the things that I've already been prosecuted and ridiculed and run through the ringer for is ridiculous. Like, I choose to share my story with others in hopes that if they're struggling or they're going through something, that they can gather strength and inspiration from my story. And that's why I put my story out there. So I hope that if anybody out there is struggling with anything, it doesn't have to be addiction, that you'll know that if I can overcome this addiction and those hardships and that bad behavior, and now I'm a different person, now maybe that you guys can too. You know, I was uncomfortable talking at first too, but then I just let go, and I just talk to you guys like y'all are my best friends, like I'm in the room with my sisters, and that's how I treat it. And but anyway, if you guys have any more questions, thank you, Mama. See that, guys? That's what's up. And that's what we do here, Mama. We all support each other, and we want each other to be better, you know. And that's the whole thing, you guys. We're just trying to be better than yesterday. That's all it is. One day at a time. I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday, you know. And I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We're all gonna make mistakes, you guys. But I don't have to, you know, I don't have to wallow in my past mistakes. It's over, we're moving on, and we're making better decisions today. So just remember that. We are making better decisions today, you guys. That's all that matters, just for today. Okay, I'm so excited. This is a great live stream. Thank you so much for participating, you guys. I had such a great time, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I do too, Mama.